everyone, welcome back to my channel. To address the obvious and the reason why you clicked on this video, I did get my hair cut. And yes, I am still growing it out. I decided that I was going to get my hair cut so that when it would grow out, it would grow out even on the top and on the sides. As you guys know, I did have an undercut, and so the top was way longer, like much longer than the sides, so it was growing out really unevenly, and even my hairdresser told me that it was gonna grow out better if I grew my hair out all at the same length. So that's why I did this haircut. It is not gonna be like this all the time. It is gonna grow out, it is gonna change. We're gonna go through everything together. But today I did not actually want to talk about my hair. What I did want to do is I wanted to share my first story time with you guys. So because it is fall and because we all feel like snuggling in our blankets and just getting cozy, watching Netflix, listening to scary stories, whatever floats your boat, honestly. Today I wanted to share with you guys a story of mine that I share with a lot of people in parties and whatever, like in any situation. I often share this story, so I thought I might as well share with you guys my most embarrassing story, the one that I tell to everybody. So let's get started. So the story starts back when I was 15 years old. My best friend and I and her sister and her fiance, we were all going to the amusement park here in Montreal called La Ronde, and it was my first time ever going to amusement park. I'd never been on a roller coaster before that, and I always saw roller coasters as being super scary. So it was my first time going, and they were all telling me that they're gonna bring me on the most scary roller coasters, on the ones that are like the most intense. And one of them that is like known in Montreal is called the Monster, which is this old wooden one that was probably built in the 60s or something. I think that's like what the story is. It was really old and it's all made out of wood. Even the benches are made out of wood. Everything wood. So they were all telling me, okay, we're gonna go on this one, and you can't say no. So I'm here, 15 years old, first time at a roller coaster, or first time at an amusement park, and I'm like, okay, well, I want to please my friends, but I don't want to go on a roller coaster because literally roller coasters freaked me out so bad. So we go throughout the whole day, and the whole day I'm just starting really slow. So I start with like the smallest roller coaster, which already freaked me out. My voice cracked. Apparently I'm still a teenager. Already freaked me out. I was freaking out from the very beginning of my day. So we're going on through the day, and then they tell me, okay, Sabrina, we're going on the roller coaster, we're going on the Monster. So I'm like, oh my gosh, and this is not even the beginning of my embarrassing story. So we go on the Monster and we stand in the line, and literally standing for an hour in the line, number one. So I had 1 hour to psych myself out. I had 1 hour to keep looking at everyone coming off and going onto the ride and all their freaked out faces. So I'm just like there watching, and I'm like, oh my gosh, these people that are coming off look like they're so happy, and I'm just freaking out right now. So we get up to the beginning of the line where we're just about to get on the roller coaster, and I see this little kid that's like probably 7. Okay, probably older than that, but from my angle as a 15-year-old, I was like, oh my gosh, that kid's so young and he looks like super happy on this ride. So I was like, it can't be that bad. I get on this ride, and as soon as it turns the curb to go, like, start going up, I hear like the cracking of the wood, and I'm like, oh, what did I get myself into, girlfriends? Like, oh, I started freaking out. I started holding, like, okay, this is really freaky. So the bench that we're sitting on, it's not even like one of those you put it over your chest and you hold on it. It's literally a bar. It is a bar like so far away from you that you're just holding. So there's no protection. I could die at any moment. Okay? Okay. So I'm just holding this bar for dear life as it's cricking up to the top. It's cricking. And I'm like looking at this guy, and I'm like, dear Jesus, Lord God Almighty, protect myself, protect my soul. I'm like freaking out. I get to the top, and like my eyes shut right away. from that point on, my eyes were shut the whole time. I was so scared. I was holding on so tight. My hands were hurting so much. And I'm literally in a ball. I'm crawled up in a ball in this ride. And I'm like, oh my gosh, freaking out. My best friend's like, Sabrina, you better sit your butt up. You look like you're gonna fall out of this ride. She's like yelling at me, trying to get me to stand up. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die, with my eyes closed. I literally picked my eyes open once and we were like turning super intense. So I managed to get off the ride. I'm freaked out. I'm like, dear Jesus, why did I ever go on this ride? So they're all like laughing. They're like, oh my gosh, it was so fun. And then they're all laughing at me like, oh my gosh, Sabrina, you're a noob. You should not be going on rides. So I'm just there. I'm just walking. I'm like trying to compose myself, trying to take my breath back in and just be a normal person again. And so we just continue walking. Then they say, okay, well, you went on the ride for us, so let's go on a little kiddie ride for you. So I'm like, okay, it's not that bad, it's just a kiddie ride. So it's this ride where you go on this, it looks like wood again. It's like a little wood tube? No. It's like this little wood thing that you sit in. It's like a wood carved, like you're carving out of wood. So you're sitting in it. It's like 2 seats, and it was me and my best friend in the front and the couple in the back. But before that, we're standing in line and we had another like half an hour line. So as we're standing in line, I'm starting to notice that all of my built up anxiety that was happening on this ride was coming out in the form of pee. So I'm in the line and I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, I have suddenly realized that I have to pee. So as we're going forward and forward and forward, I'm like, guys, oh my guys, I am about to pee, literally. And they're like, well, we don't have time. There's like 3 people in front of us. So they're like, oh, you can hold it. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. So I get onto the edge of the ride, before I get on, and I see that it's water. You're going on a little boat in the water. Like, what is worse? Seriously? So I'm like, oh my gosh, I see the water. It is already like on the edge. I get into this little like wood thing, and they made me sit in the front. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You made me sit in the front. I'm sitting in the front and my eye is on the water, of course, because I'm in water while I have to pee. So we are in this ride and we're starting to go through, and they're laughing their heads off because I have started to say, guys, seriously, I'm going to pee. I'm going to pee. Oh my gosh, I'm going to pee. And we're going through until like I literally couldn't handle. They were laughing at me. They were laughing. They were like, haha, oh my gosh, Sabrina, don't pee. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna pee. So I'm like freaking out. I'm like on the edge. And as we're turning, there's like, now it's getting to like this like part where all the water is going over your boat and it's like crashing onto you. So it's even worse. Like, oh, what is worse in life than that? I'm like going through, and then I get to the point where there's a point of no return. And I'm like, no, guys, no, it is coming. So I told them one last time, guys, you stop talking, you stop laughing, or else this pee is going to explode out of me. And they didn't. So guess what happened next, Sabrina? I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, I'm peeing. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna pee. Ah, I'm peeing. So I start literally peeing on this ride. I'm going and I'm like going up to the last drop. It's literally the last drop where you go down, you go up and then go down. I'm peeing, like literal, like you know like the worst pee of your life when you have to run to the bathroom and the pee comes out so strong and it's like psst, the whole time. Well, that was me on a ride in water. Yes. So I'm looking at this guy that's controlling the whole system, and I'm going up like on a slope and I'm peeing like if I were on a toilet bowl, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm peeing, you guys, I'm peeing. And then I look at the guy, I'm peeing, dude, I'm peeing. I'm freaking out. And as I'm going down, the pee starts going down and it's like going all over the boat little thing. And I get up, I see that there's like a huge puddle of pee as I get up at the end of the ride. I'm sure that picture, the final picture of like the surprised faces, I think my face was like the most surprised of the whole entire universe of anyone on this ride. I was like like my heart was like saddened. I felt like crying because I was like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. I just peed myself on a ride. And now I have to continue walking and continue my day in this jungle. So now I continue my day, and what is it? Well, now I have pee on my pants and everyone is looking at me and everyone's like, girl, you stank, girl. And I stunk so bad. I really did. I did not smell good. That's it, guys. This is my story. This is my most embarrassing story. If you guys like that, if you guys want more embarrassing stories, then let me know in the comments below. If you guys like this video, then give it a thumbs up. It helps me out so much. And if you guys want to subscribe to my channel, I would love to see more of your faces. And I love you all again. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you guys.